Good afternoon. This is Lindsay Tolles reporting for KHTS Radio, and I am here on the scene of what has become the end of a pursuit here. And this is a crash scene here on 9th Street and Walnut Street, right off of Lyons Avenue. As you can see in front of me, this pursuit ended in a pretty big crash. The other car is right behind this paramedic truck, and once that moves I will try and get a good view of that. But right in front of me you can see this car has a lot of damage to it, right in front of El Pueblo restaurant here on Walnut Street, right off of Lyons in Newhall. Now this crash is a result of a pursuit that came to an end when the pursuit suspect crashed into this vehicle over here in front of me and then bailed on foot. No word yet on if that suspect who bailed on foot has been contained as of now. The last word I got from my workers at KHTS Radio was that the suspect bailed on foot, so he might still be in the area, but as of now, first responders are here on Walnut Street and 9th Street, just off of Lyons Avenue, dealing with this crash. I think there is one person injured here. They have an ambulance set up right in front of me here, and they're trying to help this person inside the car here in front of El Pueblo restaurant. A lot of bystanders present who hopefully were able to see the crash and were able to give information to authorities on where this suspect might have ran to. So again, this began as a pursuit in the Newhall area and ended very quickly after after deputies began going into pursuit with this suspect, and it ended in a crash here. I believe the suspect vehicle is not the one in front of me, but the one behind this paramedic truck over here. And the suspect left on foot bail, so he still might be somewhere in the area. So if you are in the Newhall area, I would be careful. I would be on the lookout, and if you see any police activity, that is why they are still searching for that suspect who bailed on foot. As well, if you are in this area, I would avoid Walnut Street. You're not going to be able to pass Walnut Street past 9th Street and Lyons Avenue, because this whole street is just being blocked with first responders as they're trying to help this person affected by this crash. As you can see in front of me, there is one person inside of that gray car right in front of your screen. And once they take that person out, I believe it's a woman, I will be moving the camera just for privacy reasons, but they do have a stretcher out at the scene. They are trying to take her out of that vehicle without causing her any harm, and there's an ambulance there as well. Lots of bystanders as well from this El Pueblo restaurant right here. Also right behind me is the egg plantation, just to give you an idea of where I'm standing at. To my left is Lyons Avenue, and to my right is 9th Street, and just over this restaurant is Main Street in Newhall. And if you can hear in the live stream, above me is a helicopter circling around. It is a sheriff's helicopter from what I can tell, so it is from first responders in this helicopter. They might be looking for the suspect who foot bailed. That is unclear whether or not they have found that suspect, or if he is still on the run. So I would still be careful if you are in the Newhall area. I would be wary that there is a suspect that is potentially still being apprehended, and I would try and avoid the Newhall area as much as possible right now. As you can see, the street is completely blocked with first responders, and you're not going to be able to get through Walnut Street. I believe the main street, though, of Lyons is pretty clear, so you'll be able to get there as this evening traffic continues. So once again, if you are just now joining the live stream, this is Lindsay Tolles with KHTS Radio here at the scene of the end of a pursuit here. Now this pursuit ended when the suspect vehicle crashed into another vehicle here on Walnut Street and 9th Street, just off of Lyons Avenue in Newhall. As you can see, extensive damage to this car in front of me. It is unclear whether or not this car in front of me is the suspect vehicle or a vehicle that was damaged as a result of the crash, though there is one person inside that vehicle that they are trying to extract from that car. I believe it is a woman, and in front of me there are first responders here trying to get that woman out safely. I don't think she's able to get out on her own here. Lots of bystanders as well, as you can see, lots of people, concerned citizens watching from El Pueblo restaurant. I try and tilt this up a little bit, but there is a helicopter in back of me, a sheriff helicopter circling the area, so it's unsure whether or not this suspect has been identified or if that helicopter is in the area looking for that suspect who apparently fled this scene. So from the looks of it, I can be pretty sure that there will be a transport here. Someone will be going to the hospital as a result of this crash, and I will believe it will only be one person going to the hospital as a result of this crash.
Somebody trying to run from the police? Somebody trying to run from the police?
So once again, if you're just joining us, this is Lindsay Tolles with KHTS Radio here at the scene of the end of a pursuit that happened here. The pursuit ended when a suspect crashed into this vehicle here on Walnut Street and 9th Street, just off of Lyons Avenue in front of El Pueblo restaurant. As far as I can tell, I'm not sure if this vehicle is a result of, if this vehicle actually is the suspect vehicle or not. There is another vehicle right behind this paramedic truck to my left that is also pretty banged up, so it's unclear which vehicle actually was the suspect vehicle, but we do know that the suspect who was driving the vehicle and was fleeing from the police did actually flee the scene and flee from deputies. So the suspect, he is a known suspect, so deputies do know who this suspect is. However, he is from the area, so they are having difficulty finding him, which is why this helicopter is still circling the area and the suspect is still on the loose as of now. So if you are in the Newhall area, I would just avoid this area specifically, as well as just being careful and knowing that there is a pursuit suspect that they are still trying to find. I am getting new information from the KHTS newsroom that the suspect in this pursuit is a known suspect, so deputies do know who this suspect is. However, he does live in this area. He lives in the Newhall area, so it is hard for deputies to find where this man is. So it is someone who is local and someone who lives in this area. So if you are in the Newhall area, I would be aware of that and just aware that there is someone who deputies are searching for and who was a part of this pursuit. No word on whether or not the suspect could have injuries, as he was in this crash and did cause it when he crashed his car and ended this pursuit and bailed on foot. So I'm unsure whether or not the suspect would have injuries. However, he was able to foot bail from the scene and still remains on the loose from deputies. So for more information, you can go to hometownstation.com, and hopefully we'll have more pictures and more story and more information up for you as the day progresses. Looks like they are transporting one woman from that car in front of me to the hospital. I'm going to try to move the camera around to the other side so we can see what the other vehicle looks like now that they have gotten that woman out from the vehicle and into the ambulance. So as you can see in front of me, all of Walnut Street is pretty much blocked. There's the egg plantation right there. Alright, there is the other vehicle. So it looks like that vehicle rear-ended this one. Obviously not as much damage as the other one, and this damage to this vehicle is in the back. So I believe that the vehicle we were just looking at, that they extracted the woman from and is transporting to the hospital, is actually the suspect vehicle. Early reports indicated that the vehicle was occupied by two. So one suspect must have fled on foot bail, and the other suspect was obviously just taken to the hospital. So this is the other vehicle that was involved in the crash here. And then there is the other one that we just saw. So this incident is taking up the whole of Walnut Street here. As you can see, I'll swivel around to Lyons. There are two police cars blocking this Walnut Street over here, and then we see that first vehicle right there, and then over here you can see starting at 9th Street, Walnut Street is completely blocked off as well. So reports are still coming in that they are still looking for the suspect in this crash. Deputies on scene, I just heard a deputy behind me asking bystanders if anyone saw the collision. I think that's what he's doing over there in front of your screen over here. He's just asking bystanders if anyone saw the collision, because they are still trying to find the suspect who fled from the scene and who actually fled from this car right in front of you after this collision. So it looks like deputies are getting some more information from bystanders over here. Hopefully trying to find this suspect who bailed on foot and is probably most likely still in the Newhall area, given that he is a resident of this area and in this neighborhood. So it is making the search for the suspect a little bit more difficult for deputies, considering that the suspect who foot bailed does know the area pretty well and also lives here. So just if you are in the Newhall area, be careful, be wary that there is a investigation going here on Walnut Street. There's going to be police activity until they find the suspect. And the suspect does live in this area. So if you are looking for any more information on this crash, hopefully we'll have some more updates as they come in. You can go to hometownstation.com, look at our Facebook and our Twitter, and hopefully we'll have more information for you up then later tonight, as well as some pictures from this crash and everything. But once again, I would just avoid this area. There's no way you're going to get through Walnut Street past 9th Street or past Lyons. And there is going to be some police activity in Newhall as they try and look for this suspect as well. And not only are first responders here, but also deputies are here because they are conducting their investigation of this pursuit. And then first responders with the LA County Fire Department are helping with this crash cleanup and everything. So as far as we know, one person has been transported to the hospital, and it was one of the suspects who was in the vehicle. The other suspect managed to flee and is still on the loose. So for more information on this crash, you can go to hometownstation.com, and we'll hopefully have some more confirmed information for you guys.